Everyone, welcome to video 18 of our coding series using Java. So in this particular video, we're going to have a look at count digits and three different cases in it for a positive number, negative number, and if the number happens to be 0. Now, what do I mean by count digits? So let's first understand the output. So let's say 5, 6, 7, 8. Now let's say this is the number that we have. So how many digits do we have? 4. So likewise 9, 8, 7, 6, 4, 5. So how many digits do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now this is the question and that is the expected output. Now let's understand two things. Okay, so let's say I have a variable a with a value 20 and I have a variable b with a value 10. So let's say I do something called as a by b. So what am I going to get is 20 by 10, that is equals to 2. 10 ones are 10 twos are. This is modern way of writing it. So let's go back to the school style of writing it. 10, 20, 2, 20, 0. So this symbol a percentile b is going to give us what? Remainder. Now this is going to give us what? Quotient. So you should know how to get these mathematical values using your preferred language. So in this case it is Java. Now, so what is our logic? What is our approach? Okay. So if we take this number 5, 6, 7 and 8, I want to remove 8 and add it to count. Let's say initially my count is 0. So once I remove 8, my count becomes 1. Then I'm going to remove 7 and my count becomes 2. Then I'm going to remove 6. Then my count becomes 3. Then I'm going to remove 5. Then my count becomes 4. So how many digits do I have finally? It is 4. Likewise we'll do for this 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. So what are we going to do? We are going to remove 4 first. So what will be my count value? 1. Then 5, count 2, then 6, count 3, then 7, count 4, then 8, count 5, then 9, count 6. Now you would have a question, ma'am, why are we exactly removing the numbers to get our count? So that is for the simple reason, if you notice it here, whenever I used this divided by 10, 20, in the quotient I have 2, 0 is not there. So to remove the last digit of a given number, we go with divide by 10. Okay, so now let's say I'm going to have a variable num 5, 6, 7, 8. Initially what is my count? 0. Okay, and num 5, 6, 7, 8 count is going to be 0. And then what are we going to do? We would also have a temporary variable which has num. So why temporary variable? Because of this. In the first iteration, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 567. So after the first iteration, what is going to happen? 8 is gone. My count is increased by 1. Okay, now what is my updated num value now that 8 is removed? So my updated num value is 567. So initially in the first iteration my temp value is 5678. This is my first. So second iteration temp value is 567. That is 10, 5, 6, 7. So it's going to be 5, 6. So 560. Okay. So what happens then? Count increases by 1 plus 2. And in the third iteration, what is my temp value? 56. And then what's going to happen? 10, 56. 10 5s are 50. So here what is my fourth iteration temp value? 5. Here my count is going to increase. So for the fourth one, what is going to happen? 10, 5. So whenever divisor value is greater, so we go with 0. So finally, in the fifth iteration, my temp value becomes 0. So but then I got my count 4 by then itself. Okay, because 5 is gone. So the count value is going to go up to 4. So now what will be my pseudocode? So I'm going to have a num 5, 6, 7, 8. You can take the input from the scanner or you can directly decode it. So that's not the issue. We are focusing more on the logic here. And then you understand why we are taking temporary, because num is being updated every time. And then we are going to have a counter initialized to 0. So till how many times should my loop run as long as my temp value is greater than 0? So when temp value becomes 0, there is no point. Okay. So which means while temp is greater than 0, temp is equals to temp by 10 count plus plus. So this is going to be our approach. So let's start solving this. So we're going to call it as string args, and then what did we say? We're going to take num is equals to 5, 6, 7, 8 and temporary is equals to num and count is equals to 0. So what is our condition? While temp is greater than 0, temp is equals to temp by 10 count plus plus. System dot out dot println. So we're going to go with the number of digits is okay. So you can just pause, have a look at the code that we've written. Then I'm going to compile now. Successful compilation. So the number of digits is, oh, I'm sorry, I've written temp here, it is count. So every time you make a change, please save it and recompile it. Okay, so the number of digits we now got is 4. So this is the first case scenario where if the number is positive. Okay, now let's go to a 0. So when I say count is equals to 0, now what happens in the memory? See, when I say int count is equals to 0, which means a memory space is allocated with 0, right? So likewise, when I say num is equals to 0, okay, let's, without making any changes, let's see what output you might get. You should always have the courage to experiment a little. So how many digits did we get? We got 0 digits. But how many digits should we get? We need to get 1 digit. Why? Because we have assigned it 1 digit. It is occupying memory. So even if it is 0, it is considered as 1 digit. Okay, so we got the answer as 0, which is a wrong answer. So what do we do? So this is how we go to write. If temp is equals to 0, count plus plus. As you can see, now the number of digits is 1. Now one other scenario, let's look at it. Negative numbers. Minus 5, 6, 7, 8. Now before we go to negative scenario, if count, we've used if, so we'll use else here. If it is 0, then just give me 1. If it is not 0, then please do this for me. Okay. Now, so now I have one more scenario where we are talking about a negative number here. Let's just see what is going to be the output for this. It still says 0 because it is not able to read the negative number. It's not able to process. Why? Because temp is greater than 0 and the negative numbers are less than 0. Hence it is not even getting into the loop in the first place. So we do something called as, so whenever we want to address all the conditions, this is how we declare temp. In temp is equals to, we have something called as math package, math.abs. ABS stands for absolute value. That is, it can convert a negative number into a positive number. Now what should be our answer? It has to be 4. Let's see if you're getting 4. Ta-da! We got the answer as 4. Okay, so this is very important concept for you to solve a lot of other bigger range of problems. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. So please do solve it, practice it. Don't just watch the video. Thank you.